What is happening? NJ Gaming Dude here, and I've got this Game Rant article up about 9 great games that receive bad PC ports, and the only reason why I have is to talk about games with really bad PC ports, because this has been happening a lot in recent memory, especially this year, where PC gamers are getting tired of PC ports, and as someone who doesn't really play on PC much, if at all, I know I'm not too badly affected, but even so, as someone who plays generally on like sort of PlayStation consoles, it does suck to have a bad port. And I think especially this year when we look at, say, stuff like Horizon Zero Dawn that released on PC, we had Hogwarts Legacy, we had Jedi Survivor, we had, I think, Monster Hunter Rise also had a bad, no, that was a while ago. There were a few more bad PC ports that released this year. I can't remember off the top of my head, but these were just like a few examples. Redfall was a bad game, to be completely honest, so I wouldn't count that as a bad port so much as it was just a bad game. And then we had like infamous examples like Arkham Origins done by Iron Galaxy. You know, Arkham Knight and Arkham Origins, I think both were dodgy PC ports. Yeah, but yeah, it sucks and it's unfortunate. And for someone like me who also just does not understand game development whatsoever, I kind of thought that because you're developing games, you're coding them on PC and then moving the code or source material onto a disk that is read and then installed through that's I assume you put it on a disk somehow and then you chuck the disk into the console and then you just kind of test it out. So is it that people are not being given enough time, that people don't have enough skills to be able to do adequate PC ports, or is there something else going on here that we just can't really tell? Wolong Fallen Dynasty was another example of a really bad PC port as well. Yeah, at the end of the day, PC ports should be running better and be cheaper to buy. Unfortunately, that seems to be the inverse, where like, especially lately, or maybe it's just an incredible coincidence that there are just a larger amount of bad PC ports now than there have been sort of in recent memory, because bad PC ports have littered throughout the history of PC gaming. It's like how I said about Arkham Origins and Arkham Knight's bad PC ports. Like, those games were years ago, 2013, 2015 respectively, I want to say. And even so, well, Daikatana was a bad game, so I wouldn't call that like a bad PC port necessarily. But yeah, like at the end of the day, bad PC ports have always been around throughout time, and I just think that maybe not enough people are given time and effort, and as a result, that's caused more bad PC ports in recent memory, especially within the last couple of months, than it has in most given points in time, especially if you think about the last 20 years, because like, you know, PC game was like at an all-time high in the early 2000s, and they were considered like the black sheep by the end of the 2000s, early 2010, because it was always seen as like, you know, people were just jumping on consoles because they were seen like, you know, consoles seemed like the more popular option for people to play video games on, and yeah, it very much was. And it may very well still be, because still, you know, people are still buying consoles even to this day. So yeah, I think that bad PC ports are just sort of being highlighted a lot more now, just because it might be a coincidence that there's a lot of bad ports just in quick succession. I think Forspoken might have had a bad PC port. But then again, nobody liked Forspoken, so I don't imagine that game was talked about a lot either. But yeah, so as someone who doesn't really play PC games and who isn't really affected much, I'm just trying to like, you know, trying to understand like why that might be the case. But at the same time, I don't have any sort of dev experience, so again, I can't speak to anything in any detail, but it's worth talking about because I don't think this is going to be the end of bad PC ports. I still think there's going to be more, because I feel like every time, like a PlayStation exclusive is released on PC, it's always been running pretty badly, or has had issues when it does get ported to PC. So I feel like, PlayStation did say they were going to release more, so it seems like they're going to be inflicting more bad PC ports in the near future. It's just a matter of, oh yeah, Last of Us Part 1, how could I forget? Holy crap, that thing turned out horribly. Yeah, I think people just need to be given the appropriate amount of time and needs to be upskilled accordingly just to be able to manage the task at hand. Because there's a lot more to, porting something to PC, because there are so many different configurations of the devices than there are PS5 and Xbox One Series S and X's. I don't know, I just thought I'd throw my hat in the ring and just try to figure it out through whatever info we do have currently, but it's also mostly just speculation. So why do you guys think that this might be the case? Pop your ideas into the comments below. I'd definitely like to see what other people think, as well as especially if you're a PC gamer. Let me know what are your thoughts, comments, queries, opinions on the whole idea of bad PC ports, the fact that there's been so many of them, especially in recent memory. Do you also think that it's a coincidence like myself, or is it just that the industry is now lacking the skills needed for being able to do appropriate PC ports? Please do let us know down in the comments below, and until next time, I'll see you then.